Square Garden. Thank you, Dana, as always, for making time for us. I read that you said that Ronda Rousey, by far not even close, is the biggest UFC star ever over McGregor. How do you quantify that? Because pay-per-view buys, McGregor does better. How are you quantifying that?
How do you know that he does better on pay-per-view? They did one event did 1.5 million. What are you, an expert on pay-per-view now?
Well, 194, Aldo McGregor, 1.2 million buys. 196, McGregor Diaz, 1.6 million. Diaz McGregor 2, 1.65 million. Rousey's never done over 1.1 million. Yeah,
if you look at Rousey versus McGregor, listen, McGregor's a massive star. But Ronda is global. We went into Brazil and sold out the arena down there with her and killed it on pay-per-view. Normally when you do pay-per-view out of the country, you lose 25-30% on pay-per-view. We did her in Australia. She did a $12 million.
I feel like you don't want to say McGregor's your biggest star because of what he does to you in negotiations. You don't like negotiating with him.
I haven't negotiated with Conor McGregor in ages. Conor McGregor has a contract. He had a deal. He's never not honored a deal ever.
He's been difficult, though, has he not?
Yeah, I mean, there's certain things about Conor that are difficult, but let me tell you what. The way that Conor McGregor is, the way that he steps up and fights last-minute things that he does, the little things that he, can be difficult with are worth it. But the guy has never tried to renegotiate a contract. He's honored his contract. He's never done that. So it's not like trying not to negotiate with him by saying that Ronda's a bigger star.
Dana, what's it mean to you and your sport to have an event at Madison Square Garden?
It's obviously, another milestone for us. And, to finally be in New York, it's a big deal.
Can you tell us about your days as a bellhop? How many fights did you get in how often were you fighting when you were a bellhop, and did you wear one of those little funny hats?
Please say
good to talk to you again.
Answer my question.
Answer them.
Hey, listen, it was great. I loved it. I was young in Boston, and it was a great job. And this is one of your stupid questions, as usual.
Number one, which you haven't answered.
Another stupid question for me?
Hold on. Yes, I've got some back. Hold on.
I just lobbed up a question for you to promote your sport and how much it means to me, and you gave us no
answer. That's right. You know what? That's
Thank
right.
you.
Hold on a second, White. He gave you Madison Square Garden, blah, 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 do your propaganda thing, and you said, it's tremendous, another milestone. And that's all you gave him. And then you laughed your braying laughter, your bald braying laughter in my face when I asked you about being a bellhop. Did you wear the hat or not? Did you wear the bellhop's hat or not?
No hat. I wore the monkey suit, not the monkey hat.
How many fights did you get into?
We used to fight every day. Guys are working for tips. We used to fight every day.
Because I've got a report here that you used to get into fist fights all the time. Anyway, Dana White.
Yeah, I heard you used to get beat up all the time at your old job. So, yeah, I hear you.
Who would win a fight between me and Dana White? We're the same age.
Oh,
are you crazy? Are you crazy?
He would crush you, man.
I don't feel like he would. I'd like to try that out.
You'll beat me at the buffet. That's about it.
Oh, man.
Wow. I think you guys should do this. Seriously.
I'll do the buffet. I'll be happy to do the buffet. UFC 205, Alvarez versus McGregor. I will bury your bald head. Live this Saturday, pay-per-view, Madison Square Garden. What's going on with Bones Jones? Last time you were on with us, he's now gone for a year. And what is it, erectile dysfunction pills? Like, what the hell?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know, man. I'm seriously. Yeah, he's gone for a year. I think they're giving him time served too, so he comes back in probably July.
Dana, this is such a bummer though, because I think he's your best fighter ever.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the guys who could have gone down as one of the greatest ever. If you look at all the time that he's been out, he probably would have defended the title a few times. He might even be fighting at heavyweight right now. Who knows? But hey, man, when you do what this guy has done, you got to pay the price. He's lost a lot of money, left a lot of money on the table, and obviously his legacy is. I'll tell you this too: in the history of combat sports, nobody's ever taken this much time off and come back and look like they did when they were younger, even Ali. So it's going to be interesting.
How much money do you figure he's cost himself?
God, it's got to be. Who knows? I mean, if he moved up to heavyweight and fought for the heavyweight championship, it could have been massive. It could be anywhere from 15 to 20 million.
What would you say is your greatest disappointment of your career in terms of not being able to make a fight happen or something like that? Is this the greatest disappointment of your career in terms of not being able to put a fight together?
I think so, yeah. I think because everybody looks at John Jones as the guy who was probably the best to ever do it, and the potential that he had. And who knows? Who knows what fights we missed or what could have been because of all this madness.
Dana, who do you consider to be your best fighter ever?
Oh God, it's tough to not give that to Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva was doing things at the time that other people couldn't do, and he was so dominant and made it look so easy. There was a point in time where he made that 85-pound division actually look weak.
Dana, is Ronda winding down her career with good cause, or do you think she has more left in her game and should continue?
No, I think Ronda, this was always Ronda's plan, whether that happened last year or not. She's got a few more fights in her, and and then we'll see where she goes from there.
Who's hitting you up for tickets to Madison Square Garden?
What's that?
Who's hitting you up for tickets to Madison Square Garden?
Who isn't hitting me up for tickets to Madison Square Garden? That's the real question.
Have you enjoyed saying no to anybody? Who have you enjoyed saying no to recently?
It's never fun to say no to people, but first of all, tickets are the worst part of my job. They always have been. And because no matter where you sit people, they're pissed that you sat them there and they're expecting better seats. So it's always rough. I would actually rather tell people, because we have a very limited amount of tickets for this fight, I'd rather tell people no than put them in seats that they're going to feel, disrespected in.
Is that indeed the biggest headache in your job?
100%.
Really?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
What's second place? What's second place?
I would say second place is always negotiations. When you're negotiating new contracts, because if you figure we have almost 600 guys under contract, so we're always in negotiations with somebody.
UFC 205, Alvarez versus McGregor. It's live this Saturday, pay-per-view from Madison Square Garden. How is the UFC going to change with the change of ownership?
It's obviously it's a different company than it was 3 months ago, but not a bad thing. It's a good thing. Ari is a smart guy. I believe in his plan, and that's why I'm here. I'm in. I love it, and I'm in for however long he wants me to be here.
How would you feel about accepting someone like Greg Hardy into UFC after he gets, sort of blackballed from football?
It's so hard. I mean, there's been guys that I've given shots in the UFC before, like CM Punk and Brock Lesnar, and it's so hard. I mean, realistically, he needs to, if that's what he wants to do, he needs to start training and fighting in the smaller shows and try to work his way up, but not easy.
Anyone you regret giving a shot?
No, not at all.
I feel like you were thinking of someone there, and then we're going to say it, and then you just sort of retreated back. You stuck your bald turtle head back in the shell and went into hiding. St. Pierre, what's going on with George St. Pierre?
Nothing. Nothing.
Just totally quiet? Like, are we ever going to see him again?
Yeah, I don't know. Listen, he and I got together in New York, and we got together in Vegas, had dinner, and then we hung out in New York a little bit. So we squashed everything. I'm not gonna comment on George St. Pierre. We'll see. Yeah.
What is that? What kind of way is that to end this interview? Like what kind of? Yeah, we'll see. I'm not going to comment.
We're cool. He and I are cool now.
All right.
It's an awful one.
I wasn't asking you whether you were cool or not. I was asking. I don't care whether you're cool or not. I asked you about whether he's going to fight. Why would I care whether you're cool or not?